Joe Kulas here once again, guys, for K-Tactical. I'm sure that most of you probably already heard about the shooting that happened in Colorado this Friday morning, Thursday night, at the midnight showing of the new Batman movie. And it's a very unfortunate incident that's happened. But, I'm gonna state right off for the fact that this is actually how sick some people are in our world today. And again, if anyone that's actually familiar with the Batman movie, like the new series, is actually kind of weird, and it's ironic in some aspects because how Batman happened with the new ones, like the first, second, and third, everything could actually happen, more or less. And this guy must have been really into Batman or something and must really not have been caring about his life because of a couple things that happened with it. But more or less, he went into the theater, he threw some tear gas, and just started unloading into people. I guess he had a gas mask on too and a helmet. What else, attire-wise, I have no idea. But, he had all the stuff that he would need to kind of get away with it. And, again, kind of a crazy thing. Like, people don't think about this shit happening. Now, is it fucked up as shit? Yeah. But ironically, it's... again, the guy probably had some sort of crazy obsession with Batman or something. I have, like with Bane, and I have no idea. But definitely crazy for whatever reason. But so, anyways, he did that. Again, with all the tear gas, if anybody that's ever been even just the smallest tear gas, because I've messed around with this stuff, it just makes you start crying and crying. You can't, it's different effect to everybody, but you can't really concentrate on anything because it's just to the face and anything. So anyways, basically he got away scot-free from shooting people, all that stuff, and then I guess they caught his license plate. I don't know on what camera. I'm gonna assume some camera from somewhere nearby, and he just obviously had some of that stuff on still, and basically they followed that back to his apartment with the plates and all that stuff, and I guess his apartment was even booby-trapped. So this guy was actually thinking of some relatively supervillain type stuff, and again, it's kind of crazy as how it kind of rolled down here, and I guess again all that stuff is going on today, so it's still a lot of unheard stuff, so don't quote me for exactly anything on this, but it's pretty much what they've been saying in the news. 50 plus wounded, so many are dead, so many are still dying, some other crazy crap. But apparently they caught the guy too, I guess, and they're questioning him and all that stuff. But it's one of those things, of somebody just wanting to do bad. Now, again, obviously, if you watch my channel, you're not just seeing this via looking it up on YouTube aspect. You probably know I'm very gun friendly. I do a lot of gun reviews, all that stuff. But with that, let's look if it would have been because how many people are anti-concealed carry and all that stuff. Let's look if it would have happened the other way. Let's look if you would have had at least one person, but if not more, concealed carry, because I think it should be much more common than not for concealed carries. And I'll mention another reason why later here. But let's look if this happened another way. Second you saw this guy coming in with a gas mask, a helmet, and some other shit, and you see him start, throwing this, tear gas, or you probably wouldn't know exactly what it was at first, throwing the stuff into the audience, I'm pretty damn sure every concealed carry guy right then and there would have had his hand on his gun, ready to pull out. Now, the second that guy actually starts, it doesn't say if he had a rifle, pistol, whatever, at least I haven't heard yet, but the second he would have did that, now again, the tear gas and that stuff probably would have started getting to you a little bit, but you would have had that one guy, or again, 5, 6, 7, whatever, they would have just, because obviously, this isn't something to prank about, again, we've all heard of pranks, we've all heard of everything, again, but second you see this, and then obviously, again, you would probably see all the flash because it would have been dark. You would have probably seen blood splatting everywhere from the people that he would have been shooting. But that guy would have been taken out right then and there, likely. Now, in the unfortunate event, because the tear gas, all that stuff, would maybe a couple shots been missed at him directly, and maybe when somebody else was shot in the back, that could have been a very, again, realistic situation here. Because, again, everybody's not in a perfect, amazing shot. But just going kind of, in detail here more or not. But this is one of those things where, if just even one person would have been carrying, it's potentially, no one would have got wounded, or at least not 50 plus, So, but no, again, terrible things happen, but you could have cut that number back from to even 5, because second he would have started doing all that stuff and then took out that gun and started popping off shots, it would have, could have been a completely different situation. So, that's one reason why I think everybody should, get a concealed carry and all that other stuff. So, it's a very, and again, whether you want to carry a 1911, which I don't carry, by the way, because they're freaking heavy as hell, or a P99, a Ruger LCR, whatever floats your boat, and there's concealed carry, it's its own thing to talk about. But whatever you want to carry is what you can carry. It's something I very much suggest, because this is not the only incident. There's been a lot of incidents where, this has been happening. So, but as well with that, just think of things like car accidents. You don't think it's ever going to happen to you until it happens. You have no idea how to react. It's kind of the same thing with that. You never think you're going to be put in some crazy ass fucking situation where your life might be threatened by some random fucked up person, whether you know them or not. But it's one of those things that you can do. It's per se preparing. Again, it's just as crazy as that is. You're preparing yourself for a very, very terrible situation. So, but besides that, so I was going to mention earlier, I think it was on the July 13th, so about a week ago here, there's these people that attempted to rob like an internet cafe or something, and the guy was like 71 years old, but he had his revolver, 38 or I think it was a 38, it was said, or 380 caliber revolver. And these guys came in, not guns blazing, but, everyone get on the ground, they had masks, all that stuff. And obviously this guy, because, they just separated, they completely went into that robbery the opposite way, where they should have, everyone get on the ground now, hands on your head, whatever, except, the person behind the counter. And, whatever, they just went in there, there's no audio, but, probably give us some money, blah, 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 blah. But this guy saw an opportunity, and he shot, it looks like one shot right off the bat got through to one of the robbers, and then they obviously started, oh shit, get the fuck out of here. They even showed the video camera stuff of them falling over each other through the door, and I think he shot them again right when they were leaving. As anyone can potentially be as effective as anyone else, again, in the aspect of self-defense or saving other people. Because, again, you never know where things can turn south at. And fortunately, no one besides the robbers got hurt. Now, it could have turned south where somebody would have been like, no, man, this is my money, blah, 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 stuff. They could have just got shot and killed right then and there. And it could have went down way worse, could have went down. They just took money, but fortunately, in that case, only the robbers got hurt. So, and again, concealed carry is I think it's a very big deal. So, and especially if you have a family and all that stuff, it's you think you can protect them, but unless you're a fucking black belt and then some, guess what? It's not likely. It's it's a sad story, but a 1-on-1, you'd like to think you could hold your own. A 2-on-1, you might have an okay chance, but not the greatest. Let's say if there's, again, you have no idea what the situation may be, 5-on-1 or whatever, that, again, unfortunately, because guns are a very serious issue, you have the ability to do something amazing. You have the ability to do something that shouldn't be able to be done. You have the ability to protect yourself against vast odds, is a way I like to kind of explain that some. But, it's a very, very bad thing to talk about, but when push comes to shove, it's survival of the fittest. It's you or them, per se. It's, to me, again, somebody's trying to rob you, take your money, whatever, especially if they have a gun or a knife or something, you have no idea whether or not they're going to still fucking stab you or whatever. So, it's something I very, very much suggest. So, besides that, again, you just pray for all these other people that get hurt in these situations, and hope for the best that everybody kind of makes it through. But again, people don't like to think about it, but preemptive strikes, again, this how many people had to be in that theater? I know our theaters easily hold like 200 people around, I want to say, maybe. I know it's 150 to 200, and not one of those people had a concealed carry. It's kind of sad, in my opinion. Again, don't get me wrong, like, I'm not going to a fucking movie and like, hey, I'm gonna have to fucking shoot somebody today. Not my idea of a good time, okay? But, it's again, you're going for worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is you never know when you're gonna drive to go get a bite to eat, and you're gonna get in a car crash, and you or your wife or your kids might die, okay? You got to be ready to have those reactions on the, just for driving, you have to have the reactions to know what you're going to want to do so less damage is done. It's the same thing in some aspects. So, anyways, I don't want to keep on ranting about the subject anymore, but, again, hopefully, like, again, as bad as it is, hopefully, events that have been happening lately, and then, again, throughout time, have been just kind of showing people that you really need to get on this. Again, don't go gun crazy, Clint Eastwood, whatever. Just be on it. It's just treat it as if it's your cell phone. A lot of people, oh, I don't have my cell phone. I'm so distant, and I just feel lost. In some aspects, a gun can be the same thing. And I'm not even trying to say like the whole non-fancy thing. Like if you have a concealed carry, you have an obligation, because that's bullshit. I don't carry all the time. I'm not gonna lie. It's a very big nuisance at times, but it's something that you can do. And I'm not against carrying all the time. It's fucking obnoxious. You can't really, a lot of things you can't carry except like the really super slim guns. With things like, for example, if you have shorts and just like a tank top or something, it's really hard to do that. And again, there's so many anti-gun people out there. Again, don't get me wrong, they can do a lot of bad, but they also have the potential to do a lot of good. But either way, they're doing the same thing. So, anyways, I'm going to keep the video at that, and hopefully, you guys think about some of that stuff that, don't. I know, again, a lot of my subscribers have concealed carries, all that stuff. I've talked to them about it. But yeah, this is why I got mine. Oh yeah, this is why I got mine. And we have all that kind of our crazy reasons why we got ours. But yeah, hopefully everyone else, maybe thinks about this some. And again, it doesn't have to be some crazy gun that you see from a movie or anything of that sort. It can be something that's very small and very affordable. So, and that's again compact. Like if you're planning on carrying all the time, compact is kind of the way to go. So, but anyways, once again, thanks for watching, and try to have a good day today. I know I will.